Hello everyone! We have all the info for the November releases that are going to be releasing November 2nd. So if you are new here, hey, comment and subscribe. Yeah, comment your thoughts and all that stuff. And our plug, gotchamallbase.com, because we have pre-orders up for, well, we have normal orders for Leon Claw, we have a restock on Viper Tail, we have an adjustment on the BX-17, we got some launcher deals and bundles, plus Beyblade Burst, and specifically Beyblade Burst is 15% off automatically on checkout, or should be. It is an optional way to help support us, and I appreciate any support regardless. So November is jam-packed with like 3 releases, and we're gonna jump right into it, and we'll kind of give my thoughts. So our first one is Rhino Horn, and the parts of it are 380 Spike. So basically Rhino Horn's whole deal is that it's a very big lad. It's very bulky and compact. That's basically the idea with it. So you can basically kind of see with the blade, it's honestly got like such an odd shape to it, because it's like very like clunky and all that stuff. I do really love the design. I love the molding detail on the plastic. Kind of reminds me of the Zero-G Bandit Golem. I think it looks pretty cool. In terms of, you know, practical use, obviously we'll see once we have it in hand. I don't know if this will be like a pure solid tank like they trying to intend it to be, just because it seems like the shape would be pretty recoily, so I don't know if defense would make that much sense. Just because of how odd of a shape that it has. It could be used for maybe like aggressive counter attack where it uses hard recoil to kind of tire out the attack types and maybe outspin. So maybe in that regard it could be useful for defense, but not maybe traditional. I don't know. I think next one's just the recycled 380, which actually in this context I think 480 would have made a lot of sense just because of the shape, but no, I'm not really complaining. 380 is pretty tight, so I like it, and plus I like the color scheme. I really do like it. It's kind of really got like those, not, when I'm saying generic, I don't mean generic kind of like in a bad way, just like kind of like the basic kind of like Rhino kind of color scheme when you think of it, which is very pleasing to look at. It's very pleasing to look at. We get our new bit, which is Spike, which this quite literally is like the Metal Fight equivalent of Spike. This is literally just, if they put that as a bit, like if they did like a Flame Sagittario remake, this would be the bit that would go on it. Very odd, very odd. I don't even know what else. I think closest I just feel literal Spike from MFB, or maybe like JSB from like Zero-G. Very, very weird shape. I don't know if it'll be good or not. I don't know. The intention is defense. I don't know, maybe the idea is it sticks to the center well enough and it can work out well, I guess. Genuinely, I have no idea on this one. This is the only one where I cannot tell. And obviously, when they're just going over the thing, the idea is it just takes those big hits. So, final prediction for Rhino Horn until we get maybe footage that will be rigged by Takara Tomy. I will say, I think it'll do what's intended. I don't think it'll excel extremely, but I think it'll do pretty solid. I think it'll do solid. I think it has to, doesn't it? Because that's the whole point of like the whole gimmick thing. Yeah, but Rhino Horn is pretty cool. This is the last one from Zuganic. We got Leon Claw, Viper Tail, now Rhino Horn. Okay, next up is the HellsChain 3-on-3 set. I'm just going with whatever. I think that one is 21, so we're not technically in order, but it does not really matter. So there are always like 2 big 3-on-3 sets, so the big question is, which is the better value between the 2 of them, or at least the most that we can decipher. And I think it's just going to really depend on what pleases you. So we have HellsChain, Night Lance, and all that stuff. We'll talk about HellsChain. First of all, I think the design is pretty nice. I like the color choice on here. I think as I see a little bit of a shift in the colors. I don't know if this is just going to be like, is this like an upgrade, a literal evolution? What is this like? Is this bird have regular HellsChain, and this one he can also use? You know, what's kind of the deal with this one? We don't have context to that yet as of the time of this recording. I do like the chain design. I did always think that the chains would be always maybe for something defensive, but like for like, I don't know, like some defense type thing. Actually, I don't know. Fair enough, I guess. I kind of like the idea of this thing. And plus, I actually like the gear bit design because they removed the skull shine. So what I mean by this is that the original is Hell Scythe, and this is like such a minor complaint I have. But like the gear bit was always weird because like there's a little bit of shine on like the skull there, like highlights I never liked. So this looks pretty nice. It's got a very weird shape, man. I'm just looking at it like it's very smooth for its design, but I think this will probably be pretty... My prediction is potentially smash attack that we could see. Now, we do get 560. You know, I have done competitive testing work. We're in the void right now until I get back out of the void. 560 is, I think, my favorite ratchet right now, just because pretty solid for burst resistance and... Like, not even just for, like, tightness, just, like, even just for just general shape, because it's pretty rounded off, so it's kind of hard to burst this thing. Well, not literally, I mean, like, for combos that use it, I guess. We move on from there. So, this one was the one that kind of confused me. High taper. Now, whatever, you know, I guess we were, one way or another, we're always going to get kind of a little bit of a recycled, so eventually we'll see high flat, I guess. So high taper is a little bit different, and what I noticed is that it's kind of just a little bit more of a cone shape, kind of, to regular taper. Now obviously high variants are just 1 millimeter taller, so obviously we'll see how that performance does, and we'll talk a little bit more on the gimmick afterwards. But Night Lance as a recolor. Now, I think the color combination idea is pretty good, but I think it should have gotten more purple. I think the gear bit should have been purple, or the outer part should have been purple. I think it's too much yellow, and I don't know if I'm a hater for that. Yeah, then after we got a ratchet, was it this is 360 low flats, I'm pretty sure. 360 low flat, and yeah, there's the low flat. Low flats are really solid bits. To get another low flat, that means that there is some very solid value here. Plus, Night Lance is pretty solid of a blade, I would say. Pretty good on stuff like taper, so I would say that there's stuff pretty much there. Then after we get to the Wizard Arrow one, I think Wizard Arrow's next after this. Yeah, it's an orange recolor. You know, Wizard Arrow has solid stamina, and you know, can also have some pretty solid defense. We're pretty much getting all the colors for like Wizard Arrow now. Yeah, and then after you got your Ratchet, I think this one's like 480, I'm pretty sure, and then it's like Needle. Yeah. The parts on like this selection are fine, you know, we are getting like quite a bit of Wizard Arrows, I will say that much, but yeah, 360 low flats, 480 needle, I'll say that's pretty much fine, I would say. I mean, so overall, I mean, like for the three of these, like there's some nice stuff there. Oh, okay, we actually just moved on quickly to the next one. Yeah, but I would say for like the HellsChain set, I would say like, you've got stuff there. You've got the low flat, which and the needle, which both these play a factor, which you'll find out once we kind of talk about the gimmick stuff. Actually, I could probably talk about the drawn stuff, but yeah, we got Dran Dagger. I don't know if I feel dumb by saying this, but doesn't it look so weird when it's got like the side profile? I think because the head is so big on the design that it's throwing me off, but yeah, they kind of basically got... kind of like to explain it, and they kind of basically took like the edge part of Drawn Sword, and it's now just kind of repeats on itself. It's got 460 low flats. Yeah, but we'll go over the blade. The blade is literally just it's supposed to beat the shit out of you. It's supposed to hit you barrage attack. I don't know how many times barrage attack has been advertised and it actually does it. I think it just more matters the shape of this thing. I don't know about this one, fellas. I don't know. We'll go back to the thing, because listen, like for the HellsChain thing, I'm like, well, actually, HellsChain is even more tricky. These two are like tricky ones for this month. Okay, because it's got like a very weird shape to the thing, and so that's why I'm like, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. I think it'll probably be fine, but I don't think it'll do anything exceptionally crazy, unless I don't know, maybe it does. The only thing I will say though, that color scheme slaps. That white on there looks very, very nice. I'm not gonna complain. I think it looks pretty nice. I'm also hoping it is maybe like a lighter blue. I would like that quite a bit. And then after, yeah, your 460. Main color choice I like, but I would have wished we could have gotten like a 660 or something. I guess, I don't know. Okay, now this bit's kind of nuts for its concept. This is called a Rush. So Rush has, I think, a little bit less gears. I think it has like 10 gears in total. I think anyway, and plus also if you notice, by the way, there's no dent on the bottom, right? No, there's not. I think the idea should be it should be able to like repeatedly do extreme dash consistently and just be like super fast and effective to catch on. I guess. The one thing I will say, the naming system gets so odd now for X because we got normal like MFB style, then we're going to like the burst system of naming. Like R could have been like rubber. Whatever, you know, I guess. But yeah, this is like a very odd thing. I'm not too sure what Rush could exactly do. It's so crazy. Because I know we got the side profile, but I guess maybe this should be able to let you do a lot of consistent work in the stadium. I'm not too sure. You get your green shark edge, which that's pretty nice to actually... Yeah, actually, I do like this shark edge. I like the... You know what, even though I'm not too hot on general green stuff, you know, this one's pretty much fine, I'll say. I think this looks neat. So our ratchet on this one is 380 flat, because the other one is 580 taper. So the other one is the HellsChain set has the 560 on HellsChain, the 360 on Night Lance, and the 480 on the Wizard. Yeah, so wow, there's just a lot. They really like their tall stuff on this one. They could have just thrown like a 70 in there, I guess. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it's like a little lime flat. Now this recolor, I did want a purple shield. I do want a purple arrow too. Didn't really want purple and pink stuff, but this looks pretty cool. It's like an evil shield. Yeah, shield is pretty good just for a lot of multi-purpose use, you know. I guess I could mention the shark thing real quick. Shark is just great for like upper attack, smash attack, and just general attack use. And shield is good for like kind of like counter attack stuff, so kind of like general defense setups or setups on taper. And it's got some pretty nice stamina, can kind of go kind of crazy around in it. It's a solid blade. So yeah, cool recolor. 580. Fair enough, eh? Prize ratchet and taper. The one's kind of like, I guess, whatever. And then after for HellsChain, the gimmick on this is now depending on what height it is. If you're at a lower height, it's more attack. If you're at a taller height, it's more defense. So the idea would be for the HellsChain set, you would be using the parts of those other bays to try to like build those combinations, I guess. So I think they give like the example. So you could do like this is pretty much, you just take the 360 low flat, you put it on HellsChain, and there you go. Or you can just say, yeah, keep the 560, but give it like the low flat. Or if you want to have it on a taller combination, you give it like the 480 and like the needle, and then after you could do it more for defense. And because if you look at the blade, it is layered differently on how the metal is. It's like there's some parts that are higher, some parts that are lower. It does have a little bit of a weird gap, which I'm still wondering, you know, is that going to be to its detriment or not? But we'll see. And then after, yeah, Dran Dagger just goes super fast, I guess. I don't know, if it's supposed to go fast, continuously hit and beat the shit out of your opponent, I guess I'll take it. Shark, pretty cool. You get a prize, you literally prize blade right there, prize blade. If you didn't pull Shark before, you can get Shark now, or if you want another copy of Shark, it works out pretty well. So yeah, strangely enough, I want to say that these sets are pretty balanced. Like, I don't think that one set has too much more than the other. Like, I feel like it's pretty fair for what they did for both of them. And now, if I was the one picking, right, it gets tricky because I would say, you know, it depends honestly, like, on preference, I guess. Because, like, the Dran Dagger one I think is really solid. It might be my preferred one over the HellsChain, just because Dran Dagger and the Shark Edge. But the other one comes with Lance, and Lance does do some pretty solid work and low flat. So that's why it gets a little bit tricky. they would have, I don't know, they would have to pick like really bad selects. I still think the dagger one's a little bit weird on the ratchet choice. But yeah, in the comment section between the both of these, which one do you like more and why? And I guess also what are your thoughts on Rhino? And yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, it just feels kind of weird that we're at November now. Or no, we're getting to November. Sorry, we're getting to November. We know the November info, I mean. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know your thoughts. Stay safe. Have a wonderful day and bye.